Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel pledges to persist in its fight against terror a day after the IDF sustained heavy losses in the Gaza Strip. Lebanon claims that withdrawing Hezbollah northward from the border with Israel in accordance with UN Security Council Resolution 1701 will not alter the Iranian proxy's calculus. The United States and Great Britain once again launch aerial strikes against the Iranian proxy Ansar Allah over continued attacks against maritime shipping in the Red Sea. 24 IDF reservists died overnight when two booby-trapped buildings collapsed in the Gaza Strip. The disaster occurred in the central sector of the terror-plagued enclave, approximately 600 meters from the border fence with Israel.
אני מבקש הבוקר לעדכן אתכם באירוע קשה מאוד שאירע אתמול. במהלך הלחימה במרכז רצועת עזה נפלו 21 לוחמי מילואים. הכוחות פעלו במרחב שחוצץ בין היישובים הישראלים בעזה בסמוך ליישוב כיסופים. הכוחות הסירו מבנים ותשתיות טרור במרחב כ-600 מטר מהגבול. משימה זו היא ליצירת התנאים הביטחוניים לחזרתם של תושבי הדרום לבתיהם. לפי הידוע לנו בשלב זה, סביב השעה 4, ככל הנראה נורה טיל RPG על ידי מחבלים לעבר טנק שהבטיח את הכוח. ובמקביל לכך אירע פיצוץ של שני מבנים דו-קומתיים. המבנים קרסו כתוצאה מהפיצוץ הזה, בשעה שמרבית הכוח נמצא בתוכם ובסמוך אליהם. המבנים ככל הנראה התפוצצו כתוצאה ממוקשים שכוחותינו התמינו בהם והיו לקראת תהליך של פיצוץ המבנים ותשתיות הטרור במרחב. אנחנו עדיין מבררים ומתחקרים את פרטי האירוע, את הסיבה לפיצוץ. במהלך הלילה, החל מהפיצוץ עצמו, פעלו המפקדים בשטח, כלל המפקדים, יחד עם כוחות חילוץ והצלה שהגיעו מהר מאוד למרחב על מנת לחלץ את הנפגעים ולאתר את הנפגעים בפעולה סבוכה מאוד שהתרחשה עד לשעות האחרונות.
Following the IDF spokesman's update this morning, the heartbreaking number of IDF casualties rose to 24. Meanwhile, Jerusalem's top defense establishment held a meeting with Israel's Northern Council heads, during the course of which Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu voiced, on behalf of all Israeli citizens, his heartfelt condolences.
אתמול היה אחד הימים הקשים מאז פרוץ המלחמה. אנחנו איבדנו 24 מטובי בנינו הגיבורים שנפלו על הגנת המולדת. יחד עם כל אזרחי ישראל, אני דואב על כל אחד ואחד מהם. אני מחבק את המשפחות שעולמם השתנה לעד. אנחנו שולחים תפילה כאן לשלום פצועינו.
While the cost of sacrifice is regrettably steadily rising, the Israeli premier echoed broad national sentiments to persist in battle until all of the military and government infrastructure of Hamas in the Gaza Strip is destroyed, and to return the 136 hostages who remain in Hamas captivity to date.
אנחנו בעיצומה של מלחמה שאין צודקת ממנה. במלחמה הזאת יש הישגים גדולים, כולל היום בהשלמת הכיתור של ח'אן יונס, אבל יש גם מחירים כבדים מאוד. אנחנו מרכינים ראש לזכר נופלנו, ועם זאת איננו לרגע מפסיקים לחתור ליעד שאין לו תחליף, השגת הניצחון המוחלט. יחד נילחם, ובעזרת השם, יחד ננצח.
While the IDF continues to gain substantive tactical and operational achievements in the Gaza Strip, Jerusalem's top defense official highlighted that Israel keeps an eye on the northern front, where Hezbollah continues to provoke the Jewish state.
אנחנו ממשיכים בעת הזו ברוח הנופלים, להשלים את המשימות ולבצע את כל מה שנדרש. הכוחות שלנו פועלים בעומק שטח האויב בח'אן יונס, הלוחמים מהצנחנים, מחטיבה 7, מגבעתי, בכל אזור הדרום. אנחנו פוקחים עין על כל מה שקורה בצפון. חיזבאללה ממשיך ומתגרה. עשיתי עכשיו הערכת מצב מיוחדת על העניין הזה. אנחנו ערוכים, איננו רוצים מלחמה, אבל אנחנו מוכנים לכל סיטואציה שעלולה להתפתח בצפון, ולכן יד אחת לכיוון הדרום, עין צופייה לצפון.
Meanwhile, in New York, during a Q&A session of the Council on Foreign Relations, Lebanese caretaker Foreign Minister Abdullah Abu Habib voiced concern over prospects of war with Israel.
Yes, we worry that we are pushed to this war. But this war, I mean, the Israelis know it's not going to be a picnic. I mean, you know, Hezbollah has more means than Hamas had. And therefore, I mean, it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be costly for everybody. Of course, Israel has the Air Force, and they can dominate the air and the land as well. But on the whole, it's going to be damaging for everybody. I think the Israelis know that. And I think that they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't attack. And if they really reach an agreement in Gaza, this would stop immediately and automatically would stop in southern Lebanon or northern Israel.
Beirut's caretaker top diplomat, who is part of a Lebanese government that is under concrete influence of Hezbollah and its patron in Tehran, went on to voice the Shiite terror group's narrative regarding de-escalation.
If Hezbollah moved northward, what would happen then? Israelis would come back and so on, but the war there down south in Gaza is going on. No, we need a whole, last time when we had a 5 days truce, to exchange prisoners, all situation on the border with Israel from Lebanon stopped also the fighting. So it is minor fighting, and I don't think the intention is to have a big war, and it has to do also with what's going on in Gaza. Mm-hmm. What's going on in Gaza is not acceptable Arab-wise, it's not acceptable world-wise.
Turning to Doha, where Qatari Foreign Ministry spokesman Majed Al-Ansari addressed ongoing mediation efforts to secure a humanitarian pause that would include the release of Israeli hostages.
We are engaging in serious discussions with both sides. We have presented ideas to both sides. We are getting a constant stream of replies from both sides, and that in its own right is a cause for optimism. However, the situation, as I said, on the ground is very much fluid. Every day you get more information coming in that is harmful to the mediation process. You get statements that are harmful to the mediation process.
Al-Ansari went on to address the dire situation, which is being instigated by Iran via its Yemeni proxy Ansar Allah in the Red Sea.
بالنسبة لتطورات الوضع في البحر الأحمر، كما سمعتم معالي رئيس الوزراء وزير الخارجية في دافوس قال بوضوح أن هذا يمثل خطر كبير بالنسبة للإقليم بشكل عام، ولكن لن يكون حله حلا عسكريا، ولذلك نحن ندعم جميع الجهود الإقليمية لخفض التصعيد في هذا الإطار، ولكننا نؤكد مرة أخرى على أن هذه المسألة بدأت بالتصعيد في الأراضي المحتلة، وبالتالي ستنتهي بإنهاء التصعيد في الأراضي المحتلة، وعلى رأس ذلك طبعا إيقاف الحرب هناك.
It is important to highlight that in response to continued Iranian-directed attacks by Ansar Allah against international maritime shipping in the Red Sea, the United States and Great Britain launched additional aerial strikes overnight, degrading the military capabilities of the so-called Houthis and their affiliated tribes.
Since we last took action 10 days ago, there have been over 12 attacks on shipping by the Houthis in the Red Sea. These attacks are illegal, they're unacceptable, and what we've done again is send the clearest possible message that we will continue to degrade their ability to carry out these attacks, whilst sending the clearest possible message that we back our words and our warnings with action.
Meanwhile, in the Syrian border region with Iraq, an aerial strike by an unidentified aircraft reportedly targeted a truck transiting near the city of Al-Bukamal in the Deir ez-Zor governorate. According to separate reports, the targeted truck caused major secondary explosions, indicating that it was transporting smuggled weaponry via a route known to be utilized for the purpose of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Nevertheless, there were no claims of responsibility, although some of the related reports attributed responsibility to the United States Central Command, absent any tangible proof. Meanwhile, amid rising regional tensions, the Islamic Republic of Iran has unveiled a list of new weapon systems and conducted a number of exercises in an evident attempt to try and reassure regime supporters of preparedness to confront any potential threat, including by showcasing its primitive surface-to-air capabilities.
خب این قدرت بازدارندگی توان رزم نیروی پدافند هوایی بالا بود، بالاتر بود.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. I'd like to encourage you to pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. Moreover, it is important for us to highlight that TV7 Israel is a donation-based non-profit ministry with all of our productions available free of charge. Therefore, if you're blessed by our daily updates and would like to help us bear the costs, please consider making a donation. You can do so by visiting our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. I'm Jonathan Hessen, wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, we will see you during our upcoming TV7 Israel updates. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.